The fundamental theorem of calculus helps you to determine the total area under the graph of a function from one point to another point. Look at the graph on the left. I have a function f of x, and the graph of f of x is a curve. I am interested in determine the total area under the curve of f of x from x equals to a to x equals to b using the fundamental theorem of calculus. So when we use fundamental theorem of calculus, and since the name is too long, let's just call that FTC, fundamental theorem of calculus, FTC. So we have the integral that is called a definite integral. The integral of f of x dx from a to b is equals to f of b minus f of a, so that is a capital F that is equals to the total area under the curve of f of x from a to b. And then the capital F, that f of x is the antiderivative of f of x. What is antiderivative? Antiderivative means we do the derivative backwards. So let me give you a simple example. We have a function f of x equals to x squared that is a parabola. I am looking for the area of this parabola from 1 to 6. So the method that we use in the past is we use the Riemann sum, right? We use the left sum, the right sum, the midpoint sum, but that is only the result of Riemann sum is only an approximation, because when you use the triangle method, sometimes you have some overestimate and some underestimate. So overall, the result you get is just an estimation or approximation. But if you use the fundamental theorem of calculus using integral, integrate the function and then plug in the upper limit and lower limit, you will get the exact value. Let me show you how to do it. It's very easy. So you have the integral from 1 to 6 of x squared dx. The dx tells me that x is an independent variable. So just like derivative, when you take derivative, you have to know what the independent variable is. So how do we do this? First, we have to integrate. So we have to integrate x squared. How do we integrate x squared? To integrate x squared, we have to do the derivative backward. That is called antiderivative, and you have to review that before doing integration. It's easy. So when you do derivative, you bring the 2 down, right? And then you take the 2 minus 1. So the derivative of x squared is equals to 2x, but we are not doing derivative. We are doing antiderivative. So to do antiderivative, the rule that I am going to use right now is called a simple power rule. So we are not going to bring the power down and then take the power subtract 1. Since we do this backward, we have to write x first, take the power, add 1 to it. So that will be 2 plus 1. And then what goes in front of the x, the item, the number or the coefficient that goes in front of the x is 1 divided by the exponent, which is 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, and you have to write a long bar that this bar represents such that x goes from 1 to 6. All right, so that is equals to 1/3 x to the third, such that x goes from 1 to 6, and then 1/3 x to the third is the antiderivative of x squared, right? How do I know that is the antiderivative? Easy. Just take the derivative of that, you bring the 3 down, take the 3 minus 1, then you get your x squared back. All right, so this, we just finished the integration. This is called a definite integral. We only finished part 1, which is integration. We haven't applied the FTC yet. So let me apply the FTC right now. Simple. So for 1/3, first you have to plug in the upper limit. That is 6 x to the third. And then minus 1/3, you plug in the lower limit, 1 to the third. So what is that equal to? That is 6 times 6 times 6, right? So that will be 6 times 6 times 6. That is equals to 216. 216 divided by 3 is equals to 72. And then 72 minus 1/3. You can leave the answer like that, or you can, just use the common denominator and then get the answer. Usually, you have to write the answer in fraction. I don't think your instructor will allows you to, put this in approximation. If that is allowed, then go ahead, do it just in your calculator, type 72 minus 1/3, or otherwise you have to do the common denominator thing. So that's how you do the fundamental theorem of calculus. First, you integrate, and then you plug in the upper limit, and then you plug in the lower limit. You must plug in the upper limit first, okay? Upper limit minus lower limit, big minus small. You must plug in the upper limit first, all right? So that is the end of this video. It's a basic introduction to the fundamental theorem of calculus. So what is the result equals to? The result is equals to the area between 1 and 6 of the parabola. All right, if you think my instruction is helpful, let me know in the comment below. Like, subscribe, share the video for me. Appreciate your help. See you all in the next lesson. Signing off for now.